Why did you click on this video after seeing the title? What part of you wants to know why women never forget certain men? Ask yourself that before you continue. Hit like and subscribe now. This channel is not for comfort. It is for men who are ready to see the truth. Here is the hard cut. Most men believe women forget them the moment they walk away. They don't. They remember the man who burned an imprint into their nervous system. They remember the man who carried discipline, mystery, and an unshakable code. They remember the man who walked away without begging. You were told being nice, buying gifts, or waiting for her attention would work. It never did. Women don't remember weak gestures. They remember impact, boundaries, and power held in silence. The question is not whether she remembers you. The question is whether you gave her anything worth remembering. Watch until the end. Find out if you can become that man or stay who you are now. Point number 1. The first silent signal. Why do you keep showing up to women like an open book they never asked to read? What drives you to hand over your intentions before they even earn them? Picture this. You stand in the gym mirror at 6 a.m. She is not there. No text, no call. Just your reflection staring back at you. You know you sent that long message at 2 a.m. last night. You told her everything. She left you on red. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." He was not talking. He was talking about signals. In his world, a man's presence spoke before his mouth did. In the ancient markets of Rome, men stood silent. Their value clear in posture and discipline. No need to announce it. In the modern streets of your city, the same law holds. A man who carries himself with quiet certainty does not need to explain. Women notice before a word leaves his lips. A first silent signal is not a tactic. It is a state. It shows how you enter a room. It shows in what you refuse to say. It shows how you hold your gaze without flinching. You want a reaction. You want validation. That hunger betrays you. If you cannot hold your own center, she will feel it before you even sit down. Train your silence. Ask yourself now, does your presence speak for you or does your mouth try to fill the silence? Stay with me. In the next section, we will break down how unshakable boundaries form the spine of this presence and why holding them will decide whether she forgets you or never stops thinking about you. Point number 2. Unshakable boundaries revealed. Why do you keep letting people cross your line and then wonder why they stop respecting you? What part of you keeps handing out free passes you swore you would never give again? Picture this. It's late. Your phone lights up with her name. She left days ago after tearing into you. Now she wants to talk. You feel the pull in your chest. You know you will answer. You hate yourself for it. The bed is cold. The house is silent. Seneca wrote, "No man is free who is not a master of himself," and freedom was never about walls or chains. It was about the line you hold when everything inside you wants to fold. In the old world, a man's boundary was his code. It kept his tribe alive. It defined his worth. Today, the battlefield is quieter but sharper. Every text, every stare, every request is a test. Unshakable boundaries are not about pushing others away. They are about defining the ground you stand on. Your time, your body, your focus, your loyalty. You decide what gets through. You decide what gets turned back. No one else. When you give in, you teach her that you're no meaning. When you hold firm, you teach her that your yes means everything. She may rage, she may test, but she will remember. Build the wall inside first. Not a fence, but a spine. A code you live whether eyes are on you or not. Hold your line. Ask yourself now, do your actions prove your words or do they betray them? Keep watching. In the next section, we will expose the raw power of walking away and why that single move rewires how she sees you forever. Point number 3. The power of walking away. Why do you stay when everything inside you knows it's over? What do you think you will gain by holding on to what keeps cutting you? Picture this. You sit alone at a diner counter at midnight. Cold coffee in front of you. Phone face down. She has been gone for hours. You still wait for a reply. You scroll back through old photos like a man digging through ashes. Epictetus wrote, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." He meant to stop performing. Stop clinging to the stage. Walking away is not a loss. It is liberation. In the old arenas, a warrior who broke formation doomed his unit. In today's life, you doom yourself when you break your own standard by staying where you are not valued. The power of walking away is not a tactic to punish her. It is the proof you do not need what does not honor you. It shows in your feet, in your silence, in the door you close without a word. Most men threaten to leave but never do. They train women to doubt them. A man who actually leaves once does not need to speak again. She feels the absence like a wound. Walking away burns weakness out of you. It clears your field. It rebuilds your posture. It tells her and yourself that you do not trade your dignity for attention. Step out. Ask yourself now, if she never calls back, would you still respect the man who left or the man who stayed begging? Stay tuned. In the next section, we will enter the crucible of emotional control under fire and how holding that line turns pressure into unshakable presence. Point number 4. Emotional control under fire. Why do you explode when pressure hits? What makes you hand over your power every time someone presses the right button? Picture this. You're in traffic, late for a meeting. Phone lights up with a message you didn't want to see. Your hands grip the wheel. Your heart races. You fire back a text you regret before the light even turns green. Later you replay it, wishing you had stayed calm. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." He lived in a palace of betrayal, yet ruled himself first. In the ancient arenas, warriors trained under fire so battle would feel familiar. Today, your fire is a text, a stare, a rumor, a provocation. The field is quiet but no less lethal. Emotional control under fire is not about being cold. It is about breathing while heat rises. It is about seeing the attack and not flinching. It is about refusing to let chaos write your next move. Most men think control is born in the moment. It is not. It is trained at 5 a.m. It is trained when no one watches. It is built in stillness, then revealed under pressure. When you hold the line, she sees it. You do not shout. You do not explain. You stay grounded. That calm hits harder than any reaction. Train your breath. Ask yourself now, when the pressure rises, do you hold the center or do you hand it away? Keep moving. In the next section, we will uncover the scar of earned respect and why it marks the men women never forget. Point number 5, the scar of earned respect. Why do you think respect should come without cost? What makes you believe anyone will hand it to you for free? Picture this. You're alone on a dark track at 5 a.m. Knees ache. Breath cuts your lungs. No applause. No cameras. Just pain and repetition. Or picture sitting in a lawyer's office signing custody papers. No one claps for your composure. Yet you stay composed. Seneca wrote, "Fire tests. Golden adversity tests brave men." He understood that pain is not decoration. It is the forge. In the old world, scars marked the men who stood their ground. They were proof, not decoration. In the modern world, the scars are quieter. Missed sleep, swallowed anger, saying no when it costs you, holding discipline when no one is watching. The scar of earned respect is not a wound. It is the mark of a man who refused to sell himself out. It shows in his walk, his tone, his eyes. Women do not forget the man who stood in the storm and did not run. Most men chase easy admiration. They break at the first test. A man who takes the hit, stays upright, and still honors his own standard becomes rare. That rarity is remembered. Endure your trial. Ask yourself now, what scars do you carry that prove your word is real? Stay locked in. In the next section, we will reveal how presence that lingers in memory forms, and why it turns every silent moment into an influence that lasts. Point number 6. Presence that lingers in memory. Why do some men fade from her mind the moment they leave while others stay like a shadow she can't shake? What makes one encounter disappear and another echo for years? Picture this. You leave her apartment without a scene. No text, no pleading. Just a steady step down the stairs and into the cold night air. Weeks later, she's still thinking about your eyes when you say nothing. Months later, she still remembers the way you carried yourself in silence. Epictetus wrote, "First say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do." This was not poetry. It was an instruction. Presence is not built in the room. It's built long before you arrive. In the ancient courts, a man's presence could decide life or death. He didn't have to shout. His stillness spoke. In the modern world, the same weight applies. Your presence is the sum of your code, your silence, your decisions, and your discipline. The presence of Lingers is not charisma. It is consistent. It is the calm you bring when chaos swirls. It is the look in your eyes when you already know your path. It is the way you leave without flinching. Most men beg for attention. A rare man lets silence work. A rare man lets her imagination do the heavy lifting. That's what etches you into memory. Build your center. Ask yourself now, if you walked out of the room tonight, would your absence weigh more than your presence ever did? Stay here. In the next section, we will confront the final test of self-mastery and why it draws the line between men who drift and men who command their lives. Point number 7, the final test of self-mastery. Why do you keep thinking growth ends with discipline or silence? What if the real test is not how hard you train, but how you act when the world tempts you to break your own code? Picture this. You're staring at a message you shouldn't answer. It's 1 a.m. You feel the old pull. You hear the echo of promises you made to yourself. No one is watching. No one will know. But you will. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." He meant every private choice leaves a mark. You cannot fake it. In the old world, men were judged not by the noise they made in public, but by the choices they held in the dark. In the modern world, nothing has changed. The test is not the gym, the business, or the fight. It's the temptation at midnight. It's the click, the text, the call. The final test of self-mastery is staying aligned when it costs you. It's holding your standard when no reward appears. It's saying no when yes would be easier. It's walking away from the moment that would stain your own respect. Most men are strong when watched and weak when unseen. A rare man reverses that. He becomes strongest when unseen. That's the man women never forget. That's the man other men follow. Stand alone. Ask yourself now, if no one ever saw your choices, would you still live the same way? Stay tuned. What you've heard across these sections is a blueprint, but it only lives if you act. The next step is yours, and it starts the moment this video ends. You've just walked through 7 moments that define the men women never forget. Each one built on the last, showing you how discipline, silence, and self-respect become something far greater than tactics. They become who you are. If you've made it this far, thank you. It means a lot to know you're here, taking this journey seriously. This channel isn't just content. It's a place for men who want to grow sharper, calmer, and more grounded together. If today's video gave you something useful, consider subscribing and hitting like. It helps the channel reach more men like you and keeps this community strong. Share your own experiences or questions in the comments. Your story could help another man find his footing. This is about more than watching. It's about applying. Carry one idea from this video into your next week and see what changes. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time. Yo!